Surprise. Listen, I know we show up Monday through Friday, having the Profit First show. Okay, but can I be honest with you for a second? I had to do this Sunday, honestly, because I want to get ahead. I want to be so consistent with this thing that we're literally uploading 4 long form videos every single day of the month, every single day of the year. When I told you I'm committed, I'm committed. All right. Now that we got that out the way, happy Sunday. All right. We got a show full of videos we're going to react to that's going on in today's economy with people's finances, their financial decisions and regrets, and also some lessons that we're going to learn. So, like always, if you guys are enjoying the show and you want to engage in the show, between each segment, I'm going to go ahead and reply to the comment section as it's popping up right here. Make sure you subscribe if you like the content. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get into the show, man.
Guys, we went to Meadow. Okay, your face. Okay, we went to Meadow Lane and okay, let me give a haul. So I got kale chips. This is what I wanted to go for. And then I also saw a miso candy bar, so I had to get that. Papadelics, and then we have a donut. Okay, trying the kale chips first. He's literally looking away. He's so embarrassed.
What? You want to buy?
What's so funny?
Thank you, though. Yeah. That's a face of disappointment.
No, it's pretty good. Wait, try it. Try it.
I'll try a piece. I'm not a fan.
I'll try a piece.
Get a bigger piece. You can't even taste anything.
Oh, it's so citrusy.
Yeah, it's yuzu. It's pretty good, right? Very crispy.
Okay. Honestly, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Much better than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
I had really low expectations, but it's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you haven't known by now, there's this grocery store in New York that is blowing up with influencers promoting their actual items in the store, and they're highly overpriced. So we're just seeing a reaction of somebody tasting the food. I've never been there. Let me know in the comment section, have you ever been there? We're going to continue watching this video to see if it's actually worth it to the consumer.
Now we have crispy mushroom chips.
The drugs.
Yeah.
Crispy mushroom.
Oh my god, this is too long. I need to pause this. Okay.
Because they had the prices there, right?
No.
Yeah, I'm not interested in seeing them taste food. We're going to skip to the next video.
It feels really dystopian that most people can't afford food, and there's a line wrapped around Meadow Lane, the luxury grocery store in New York today. Listen, it looks like a really cool place. The only thing I'm not vibing with, why are we rushing to support billionaire families when there are hundreds of mom and pop shops that would really love your business and a $10 sandwich would actually make an impact in their life? Where these billionaires, they're just laughing all the way to the bank, you guys. I feel like we're putting the wrong importance on the wrong things. I know that New Yorkers are in a bubble, but it just seems like they don't care about the little people. Do you know how many shops, restaurants, stores open each day in New York from immigrant families? People that don't have a lot of money, people that put their whole life savings into these labors of love, and no one gives up about them. There aren't lines going out the door, but some billionaire rich kid goes on TikTok, makes all these posts for years and years, gets everyone hyped up, and for some reason, this is the person you're running to support on opening day. Not to say what he did isn't great, but it also has been done before. I'm sure he put a lot of work in it with his parents' money, but I just think New Yorkers, rich, small, big, tall, you guys need to do more research on who you're supporting and who you're putting up on that pedestal, because from where I'm standing, he's already up there, babe. So maybe it's time you give these other guys a shot.
Okay, so when was the last time you ate some food and you really cared about like what it was supporting? I'm not saying you never had that mindset. I'm just saying most of the time, you and I both know most people don't eat food. And in the back of our heads, we're like, I hope this is going towards a better cause. I hope that this is supporting somebody's business. 9 times out of 10, your ass just hungry at the time and you want something that you desire. Humans are selfish. That's not to say I don't support small businesses, but this trend that goes along, oh, small businesses need help, or this is one I really hate. I'm a black-owned business. It automatically victimizes your business as if you're starting from a lower position. Support me because I'm a black-owned business. Support me because I'm a smaller business. How about we think bigger and start calling yourself a bigger business because Multiple businesses that are big now were once small. Amazon started in a garage. Apple started in a garage. What was another one? Spotify started in someone's apartment, in a little warehouse, and then it expanded. All right? Listen, we don't think about bigger causes when we feel like we need something. That's the truth. Like this video if you like the content. Subscribe if you like the content. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below.
Come with me to opening day at the one and only Meadow Lane. If you haven't heard of this gourmet grocery store, you are probably living under a rock. I'm not even kidding. But anyway, here's the rundown. A bunch of us got hats served on a literal silver platter for waiting in line, so that was a nice touch. This place is kind of like Disney World. They even have custom flavor Cafe Pana pints. I was actually the most excited for the LA chop salad, which is a dupe of the La Scala one in LA. Like, look at those Moz balls. I had to get both the chicken tenders and nuggets for research, of course. Nuggets are a bit crispier, but they taste pretty similar to me. The hot cacio pepe mac and cheese is definitely the move. I love the breadcrumbs covered on top. Just cheesy goodness. We had to get some juices for health, of course, but at $15 a bottle. We also have a cafe bakery section, and we tried this peanut butter cookie. These were me and my friend's total cost, but yeah, that was my haul.
Bro, $15 for a juice? It better be organic. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can afford this. Everybody can't afford this. All right? Man, $15 for some juice. Whew. It better have some of the best macronutrients, best vitamins, boost my immune system, get my skin clear. $15 for some juice, man. I just bought a pack of smoothies from Sam's Club. I got 12 in a pack, and I think it was like $12. One juice, $15. And you know it's one serving. So this ain't for the po. This ain't for the po. All right? If you're willing to go to this grocery store, what was it called again? I'm trying to look at the description. Man, what was this grocery store called again? Let me see. It started with an M. Man, I didn't write it down. Whatever. All right, so y'all hear it in the content actually. Let me see if I can just look it up.
Come with me.
Meadow Lane. Shout out to Meadow Lane for charging what they want to charge and people still buy it. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below.
If you don't want to shop here, you don't have to shop here. I think people have this misconception that there's a sense of elitism here.
Today, we're at the most controversial grocery store in the world, Meadow Lane.
There have been a lot of TikTok videos about people finding raw chicken nuggets. There's a bouncer out front of the grocery store.
A bouncer?
Ooh, there's a mirror, by the way, in case you want to check yourself out. Me shopping. We got our basket. Let's head to the prepared food section. Oh no. Oh no. He's putting down sold out Post-its. Let's go over. No. No chicken nuggets. And it's like 3 o'clock.
All we have left are the salads. Have Caesar salad for $15.
Is there any protein?
It's got a lemon.
There's some sauces, I guess.
I'm so glad they have dates. Look at the backlit veggies.
If you want some strawberries, that will be $14.
I feel like I really need to stock up on my caviar. It's only half my rent.
I feel like I'm in Khloe Kardashian's snack closet. This is the merch area of the grocery store because you know every great grocery store needs merch. $85. Watermelon?
No price for that.
No price for that. Mystery price. I feel like I've been in Meadow Lane for 9 hours. I think that school is out because I am starting to see some high schoolers coming in. That's my cue to leave. I did find it a little underwhelming.
There was something very Black Mirror about the space. You weren't sure exactly where to stand, but you always felt like the store was calling you poor.
It definitely she's about to say that the store is calling you poor. It definitely looks like it's something that's pleasing to the eye, but it comes at a huge cost. You know, it's nothing really that's probably any too much better than your average grocery store selling organic things. But the look, the influence, the TikTokers or whatever you call them, TikTok creators, like they're literally going out here promoting it. which is going to promote more people to just be curious and then buy something about it. It's not one of these grocery stores I don't see people buying from regularly, especially looking at how many things were bought out, unless this was like the grand opening. But for it to be like $15 or $35 for some strawberries, like, bro, that's insane. That is insane. It's definitely more of a Apple Store grocery store than anything. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. I'm gonna go ahead and review the last video that we were, the first video that we viewed, because now that you know about Meadow Lane, it's gonna make more sense.
Guys, we went to Meadow.
No, I
Okay, your face. Okay, we went to Meadow Lane, and okay, let me give a haul. So I got kale chips. This is what I wanted to go for. And then I also saw a miso candy bar, so I had to get that. Papadelics, and then we have a donut. Okay, trying the kale chips first. He's literally looking away. So embarrassed.
I think they're high,
You want
bro.
to buy?
I think they're high. Like, what is funny?
That's a face of disappointment.
No, it's pretty good. Wait, try it. Try it.
I'll try a piece. I'm not a fan.
I'll try this.
Get a bigger piece. You can't even taste anything.
Oh, it's so citrusy.
Yeah, it's yuzu. It's pretty good, right? Very crispy.
Honestly, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Much better than I expected. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I had really low expectations, but it's actually not bad.
I'm gonna need some
Yeah.
protein for that.
Now we have crispy mushroom chips.
The drugs.
Yeah.
So they supposed to get you high?
Oh my god, this is too
Like,
long. I need to pause this. Okay.
Because
for
they didn't have
these-
the prices there, right?
No. Okay, this is mushroom chips. Mmm, it's actually really
Worth
good.
the $10?
Yeah,
Sure. All right. Thank you.
it's like truffle flavored.
You made it, Jerry.
Cool.
No,
It's truffle farm.
it's actually really good though. Okay, last thing to try, miso candy bar.
I don't know about you, but
You
I like
did
to
not
see
like
my
the
food
donut.
before I eat it.
No, it's good. I think if it's heated up, it'll be
It
better.
doesn't look
You
too
did air fry that.
appetizing to me, though.
Do you have
so
an air
far.
fryer?
Can't afford one.
You're actually the worst. You're actually the
Why
worst.
do you say this?
I don't know.
This is like all I say.
I know.
Um,
Okay, it's brown butter rice crispy with miso caramel and dark milk chocolate.
Not bad.
It's good. But I don't know.
What's the hesitation?
I bet this was like $10.
Well, what does it say on the receipt?
I don't know where the receipt is.
Oh, see,
I don't think I got
nah,
one.
you missed me. You missed me with
Okay, I
that one.
realized that I didn't give like a overall recap, but I feel like it's a fun gourmet grocery store like Erewhon, but I do think Erewhon's better, and it is not worth a 45-minute wait, but it's cool.
I'm not sure. Like, oh, she said it wasn't worth the 45-minute wait. I guess they had to wait in line, because it was a grand opening, possibly. But or they have a bouncing yeah, so it's like a club almost. Again, this is for show and tell. This grocery store isn't. They're making profit off of how they market their store. I think it's intelligent, because people will go there for the experience more than like trying to rack up for the full month or the full week. I can definitely see that happening. But what are your thoughts about this? I think that it's actually pretty smart. It gives it an actual new experience with grocery shopping. It's going to attract a lot of people who wouldn't necessarily even go there for an experience and not so much of the food. But subscribe if you like the content. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. We're going to go ahead and go into the next topic. All right, my people, we got the next topic, which is luxury private cars. Make sure you leave or type in the chat. Let me know your thoughts down below, and let's get into it.
Why are you financing luxury cars? If you can't lease it and you don't buy it, why would you do that? Why would you finance a Range Rover? Why would you finance a BMW? You people talk about it all the time. You know that's a money pit. Why would you finance that? Who you trying to flex in front of? I'd rather my homie come to me with a brand new Toyota Lexus. You feel me? Something that's like in his price range that he's gonna keep longevity instead of him coming to me with some beat down 2009 Benz. Talk about I got a Benz. That ain't a Benz. I mean, what is that, bro? No, you need to lease luxury cars. Stop financing luxury cars. It's a money pit. See, when you lease the cars, all the maintenance, all the manufacturer warranty is taken care of by the manufacturer. Oh, well, you can't drive it out of town. I mean, yeah, you technically can, but you just got to pay for it later down the line. But you already gonna pay for it. If you get a luxury car, you have to get the maintenance. Like, bro, no. If you're gonna get a car to finance, please finance a car that lasts forever. There's plenty of good cars that last forever now. You already know Toyota, Honda are the mains, and there's plenty of other good brands now too, because there's so much competition. But do not ever finance a luxury car.
I gotta disagree with him. Okay, I don't like financing at all. If you have to, you have to. But people say all the time, get a cash car, put down $5,000. But hey, let's be honest here. How many reliable cars are you gonna get for $5,000? It's better that you just find somebody that you know, like, and trust in person than you find a car that's $5,000 online on Facebook Marketplace or something, unless you know how to work on cars. How do I know this? Because I literally just got a car a couple months ago. It's a used 2018 Tesla Model 3. On top of that, why lease any car at all? I mean, I didn't even know you couldn't drive out the state in some circumstances, but you never own it. And people always talk highly about ownership. We know that by owning a home, but your money is going right down the drain because you have to trade it in or actually put money towards it to buy it at the end. It's one of the most dumbest decisions I've ever seen people do financially that doesn't save them from building up wealth. It doesn't help you build up wealth. You're paying money and then they're going to go ahead and hand it out to somebody else after you turn it back in. Like, yo, they're making bank. They are making bank. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you like the content.
I was on the way to work and I just want to say, do not upgrade your car if you do not have to. I am still driving my 2014 Nissan Altima from college that is completely paid off, and even when I did have payments on her, she was only $200, and that was way back when, and that's just simply not the reality of times now. I'm able to get the bags that I want, get the clothes that I want, the jewelry, go on trips because I'm a little bit more financially free in that bucket. And as much as I want to go get my Range, my Benz, my Porsche, I don't, because I necessarily just don't have to right now. There's nothing wrong with getting from point A to point B in your little hoopty. And when I'm ready to go get my big body, I will, and I am. But so many Americans are drowning from their car note each month, so just let this be your sign to hold out. It's me and my little hoopty and my Louis Vuitton against the world. Who is this diva?
Yo, that's what's up. I love to hear it. She has a car that she had in college and she graduated college, probably is making more money, and decided not to get a big body or a luxury car, even on a lease, and decide to actually be financially secure, building up her finances until it's time for her to get the car. Now, most people aren't going to do that. Why? Because they don't have something called patience. They've been waiting their whole lives to get their dream car, and so they get it the second that they can afford the payments. But little do they know that just because you can afford the payments doesn't mean you can afford the thing. Just because you can afford the payments doesn't mean that you're not going to have to pay for maintenance. And that's one of the loopholes that people put themselves in, not only with signing loans, but also putting themselves in a vehicle where they're not able to maintain the maintenance. Does that make sense? Have you ever seen or heard people complain about how much it costs to fix a BMW, a Mercedes Benz? Like, bro, it's not cool to be taking care of a car that you can't afford. It's just not. And just for it to have a certain symbol and for you to have a certain status symbol when you go out with your friends, you stunting on people, well, you are paying for it either way. You just are. I don't like that mindset. Actually, that mindset is a hive mindset because people don't even be thinking for themselves when it comes down to getting a car. They don't do their research. They don't see how reliable the car is. They just want what they want and they get what they get. And the comment section is full of people who make these type of decisions and then try to justify it by saying, I work hard for my money. We all do. Whoop-de-doo. We all work hard for our money. And if you disagree with me, I know you don't know people who have money because they work hard for their money and they make their money work hard for them. Vice versa. You know what I'm saying? I was just watching a video and it was a guy who, shout out to my boy AB from AB Academy. But he was a part of Mr. Beast, the YouTuber, some type of game show, and he was telling us how hard Mr. Beast worked. Once he filmed a certain part of his show, he went and jumped and flew to go to a different business meeting. He went to film other videos while they were sleeping. Like, dude was a workaholic, and he's a billionaire. People work hard for their money everywhere, but they also have their money work hard for them, which is exactly the opposite when people get car loans and luxury cars and then just think that they can afford it because they can afford the payments. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Subscribe if you like the content. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below.
What is the most overrated luxury vehicle?
Probably the BMW or the Cadillac.
What is the most overrated luxury vehicle?
I would have to say Tesla because they never hold their value and they're terribly built.
What is the most overrated luxury vehicle?
The Mercedes.
What is the most overrated luxury vehicle?
I would say Maserati.
What is the most overrated luxury vehicle?
BMW. It's not close.
What is the most overrated luxury vehicle?
And your Mercedes.
What is the most overrated luxury vehicle?
Land Rover Defender. They're too expensive for how unreliable they are.
What is the most overrated luxury vehicle?
Jaguar.
What is the most overrated luxury vehicle?
I don't think it's overrated. The cost of maintenance on a Mercedes convertible that stores itself. At 60,000 miles, there is a service that's required that costs $5,000. It's considered standard maintenance. Everybody ends up trading it in right before it turns 60,000 miles. When you see a Mercedes that's being sold at 57,000 miles, 58,000 miles, before you buy that car, you better call Mercedes and see what the 60,000 required service is. You will find that sometimes it's quite stunning. But then again, you bought a Mercedes, you better...
Again, you bought a luxury car, you got to pay the luxury maintenance fees. I've heard this with Mercedes, but let me go to my guy who was talking about how Teslas drop their value and how they're not reliable. They're poorly built. For one, I'm not buying a new car. I'm buying a used car. Most people buy new cars because they want new cars and they pay that new price. Getting a used car save you a lot of money, save you tens and thousands of dollars, especially on a Tesla, because they're valued for their technology as well. Okay, a lot of people think Tesla is a car company. They're a software company. So just like you get your phone, right? You get your phone and it's like your phone is 2 years old, but you get a newer phone and you see the newer phone and it's like, oh, well, that can have a longer battery life and it has this extra feature with the camera or whatnot, right? It's not going to be too much of a difference between your phone and the newer phone. But the reason why people get rid of their Teslas is because they treat it like technology. Full self-driving is a software that allows you to be driven by your car. Not every Tesla has that to that extent. You have to do upgrades. You have to get a new car to have newer software. So it's kind of treated like a cell phone. I don't believe they're poorly built. I have a 2018 Model 3. There are some cosmetic damages. Obviously, it's a used car, but for the reliability, I've been driving it for about 4 months now. I've had no problems at all. The biggest problem I've had was air pressure, and my car has 70,000 miles on it right now. And I've put about 6,000 miles on it within the 4 months. I have not had a problem. Not a problem that has caused me to go to the dealership. Not a problem that's caused me to wonder, oh my gosh, why did I get a Tesla? But let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Do you like electric vehicles? What vehicle do you have? What is your experience? And what do you think about owning a luxury car and paying the maintenance on it?
Get a Benz, get a Benz, don't get a Benz. Cause what is this? What is this? Why? Why?
I thought that was like something she put up. What is it?
Somebody tell me, where do I go to fix this? Where do I go to fix this? I looked into it. I want to say I looked into it a couple months ago because it was not like this. Like, this was not, it was not like this. Like, you can't even pull it back. Like, I don't understand. And then you gotta keep on doing this just to get it back. Like, no. How do I fix this? When I looked into it, it was like $7,000. Who? Having a Benz is just so much maintenance. Like, it's just a car. Like, it's a car like any other car. The maintenance is the problem. That's the problem, the maintenance. The A and B, they have an A and a B maintenance. Like, you go for your A service, you go for your B service. And if you don't have a package plan with Mercedes, like, I be paying $1,200. That's ridiculous for oil changes and whatever else they think I need. And now I'm to the point, like, I don't need nothing but an oil change. So that better come up to $300, $400, and even that's a lot. How do I fix this? How do somebody come in the comments and tell me, like,
bro, $300 for an oil change is insane. They are robbing people blind. That's not to say everybody's in her situation where they're complaining about the price. Again, people get these luxury cars and be thinking, I live a luxury lifestyle. Nah, you drive a luxury car that you don't own yet, and you better be ready to pay them luxury maintenance fees. That's crazy. We just watched a video a couple minutes ago talking about how they have a 60,000 mile warranty, some type of maintenance fee where everybody knows when you have a Benz, you better be paying attention to that mileage before you buy one, because if you don't, you'll buy a used one and then you'll have to pay thousands of dollars for that maintenance. Why would they even make, listen, we know why. Actually, I shouldn't even ask that question. We know why they make these type of cars this way, because they want the money to come back into the business, even though after you sign them papers and bought the car. But this is just how business is in the car industry. Unfortunately, they know the lifespan of your car. They know it. They do tests. And so it's upon you to be financially responsible. It's upon us to be financially responsible and know, hey, this car isn't just for its surface level of what it's worth. All right. The maintenance behind it, that's the real cost. That's the real cost. Bottom line. If you like this type of content, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Let's go.
Late December, my husband and I bought a car. I loved it. I was so excited about it. It was a 3-row Jeep Wagoneer. And eventually, we were driving it home and it died. The electrical just died while we were driving it. That's weird. My husband had to restart it while we were driving it on the freeway. We pick up our kids. We drive home from picking up our kids. It dies 2 more times with our kids in the car. We get home. We call the dealership. They're like, oh, that's weird. Let's have you drive it to the auto shop and we'll take care of it. Great. Drive it to the auto shop. They take care of it. And we go pick it back up, bring it home. They're like, okay, we found that there was a nut missing off one of the batteries. Should be good to go. Great. Car dies again while I'm driving it. And so we're like, great, that's crazy. Why is that happening? This is not safe. Hopefully you can figure this shit out. I really want to keep my car, right? So they take the car again. They check all the battery stuff. They're like, oh, everything's good. We replaced the alt battery or something. Send me home with a car again. It dies again. This time it dies all the way. Like, it dies while we're driving it, but then the next morning we go to start it to take it in and it won't start. So we have to have it towed. We have it towed. They replace the alt battery, the regular battery. They say, oh, they'd just been sitting on a lot for a year, so that's why they weren't working very well. It should be good to go. I get my car back again. I don't know what time this is. The 3rd time, maybe 2nd time. Drive my car. It works for a couple days, and then it dies again on the freeway. When I'm driving my sister back, I'm driving back from the airport to drop off my sister, and it completely, like, the electrical goes out. There's no power steering. There's no anything, and you have to, like, figure out how to finagle it back into.
When is it gonna stop, y'all? First of all, I heard Jeeps were trash in the first place. I like how they look, don't get me wrong, but I heard they're trash. I was doing research on the Jeep Cherokee, all right, and there was someone selling it down the road before I bought my Tesla, and I was like, maybe I should look into a Jeep. You know, I don't really, care for it, but it's a used car, and if they're reliable, then I can see myself, getting it for a couple $1,000s. Man, nah. All I saw was bad reviews. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Are Jeeps reliable? If you didn't know, a Wagoneer is literally the luxury version of a Jeep. I'm good. After hearing her story and knowing how they make their other models of their cars, a lot of maintenance fees because things just break in Jeeps. They're just not reliable. As many people love to shame Tesla and say things like, "Oh, they're poorly built." Bro, I'm good. I'm good. After seeing them reviews online, just look up the reliability of a Jeep. And if you disagree with me, let me know your experience down below. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the next topic, which is GameStop actually closing down stores. I hated to hear this. Because GameStop is definitely one of my childhood stores I used to always sell my games to. But apparently, we live in a digital age now, and people just don't give a f. They just don't care. All right. So let's go ahead and react to this.
169 GameStop closing in the month of January. And look, I feel 100% bad for the employees.
Let me go ahead and replay it real quick. I ain't mean to do all that.
169 GameStops are closing in the month of January. And look, I feel 100% bad for the employees, for the operators of these GameStops that made their living. And personally, I feel like they have been underpaid forever, but I love to see these GameStops closing. The fact that they have been so slimy, especially in the past year, with Pokemon cards especially, it is well deserved. They have done so much slimy stuff over the years, making online casinos, raising prices like 4 different times, taking away pro membership like benefits. It is honestly well deserved for
Adults talking about collecting Pokemon cards is crazy to me. If that's a hobby of yours, more power to you. But I question, like, what is the obsession about it? Like, I was a kid once, man. I loved Mario games. I love Smash Bros. I love playing Mario Kart, Mario 3D World. I had all the DSs. I had the Wii U. You know what I'm saying? Everything but the Switch, because that's when I was like in college and stuff. But I grew out of that. You know what I'm saying? Why are adults collecting Pokemon collectibles? It just, I get it. You like it. You love it. You know, maybe you have it as your desktop background or something. But like, bro, really? Complaining about the prices of bruh, you've been like, your parents been giving them money as a kid. Sure, you got your games, you got your stuff, maybe even got your collectibles. But to be buying it as an adult and be complaining about how much they're playing with the price and how they're out, like, they're too expensive now. Like, make it make sense. I don't understand. And I don't feel like I'm wrong in this situation at all. Like, bro, collecting Pokemon things, what is it, cards, statues or something, bruh, complete waste of money. I said what I said.
So GameStop is doing a mass closing of well over 100 stores. Can't say I didn't see that coming. So GameStop, let me explain to you why this probably just happened to you, why you had to close so many stores down, coming from a consumer standpoint. Now, when I was a kid growing up, I used to love going to GameStop. I used to think it was the coolest place in the world. But nowadays, I rarely go. And when I do, it's just lost its touch, its vibe, its atmosphere. Completely just different compared to what it used to be. But that's not even the worst parts of it all. The worst parts are this GameStop. On top of the fact that you pay your employees such atrocious wages. Anytime, on rare occasions that I walk in there and look at the game selection, especially the used one, I notice one thing. Your used video game prices are damn near close to new game prices. So why would I buy the used when I can just buy the new for like a few bucks extra? And also the fact that your store has literally became more of a merchandise store than most of anything else. I mean, you go in there, there's all these different things like plushies and clothes and toys and hats and just all kinds of random stuff. I'm not saying that selling a few things like that is wrong, but it's more so become more than 50% of your store now. And now the Pokemon. Let's talk about the Pokemon, because this is where you really messed up. You wanted to start focusing more on the TCG side of things, and that's fine, whatever. And at first you were doing pretty good. People were lining up outside the door to buy Pokemon from you. But then you made one fatal mistake. You got greedy. I mean, real greedy. Like the type of greed they talk about in the Bible greedy. You just started raising and raising and raising the prices on all of your Pokemon products out of nowhere. Yeah, you claimed it was to beat the scalpers, but no, man, it was just straight up greed. We know that's what it was. I mean, come on, GameStop. $200 Charizard UPCs. Are you insane? You know how many GameStops I can go into and find just stacks of these? Like, it's most of them, actually. And all your other Pokemon stuff, I mean, like $45, $50 for freaking booster bundles? No way. You could probably find a better deal on eBay than at GameStop for a booster bundle. And also these recent scandals going on within the company, like you just completely destroyed.
Oh man. Yeah, they definitely put a lot more inventory of like collectibles, which is a scam. It's a scam, bro. Like, come on, bro. You buy plushies of your favorite characters and stuff. This stuff looks cool, but to be collecting them is just a complete waste of money. It's just the same. And don't get me wrong, I'm not picking on people who just, you know, collect these things at GameStop. I'm talking about a lot of stuff people be collecting and just be wasting money. Jordan's another one is another example. Oh god. Oh, you got them J's? Man, they just changed the material and the color, bro. If you don't get, if you don't get over that, and people are not, don't get me wrong, dress. And you might be like, well, Jay, you can't dress? Nah, Jay is more simple. I like a simple lifestyle. I like not overcomplicating my lifestyle. You keep buying the same stuff over and over again, and then you wondering where your finances is going. There's a problem. You know, bro said that they charged $200 for a box or something. I don't know what was in there. It looked like some Pokemon cards or something, man. But you know what? It's definitely not worth the money. It's not even, bruh. Why are adults collecting stuff like this? I'm gonna get a lot of hate on this, but I really don't care. I don't understand the reasoning why people want to collect stuff that these manufacturers just create. Like, bro, a game is different than collecting plushies and statues and cards. What, are you battling other adults with these cards? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
The trust of your consumer base. I just think it's all going to be completely downhill from here until you're just completely out of business. So what do you guys think about this whole situation? I'd love to hear your opinions down below in the comments. Do you think that GameStop could possibly make a comeback from this? Or do you think it's doomed to be the end?
I think it is doomed to be the end. Let me tell you why. They're already tripping about the collectible prices. But we're living in a digital age now. Places where you once had to go to get a video game, you can now get it digitally. And not only is that happening with online stores like the PlayStation Store, people playing on PC, and also people playing on Xbox and other consoles, especially like the Nintendo Switch as well. I'm not sure. I think you can download apps on Nintendo Switch. I don't own one personally. But another one is actually being able to understand that GameStop isn't going to sell necessarily digital games in store if you can just get it online. That's the whole point of a digital store, right? These little vouchers that they would sell to, yeah, that's out the window. Yeah, I don't see it going back. Like there's a PS5 that's just a digital version now, meaning that you are canceling yourself from ever having to go to GameStop because you can't put a disc in. I can't tell you the last time I put a disc into a console. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you like the content.
It is officially the end of an era. GameStops, like the one behind me here in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, are closing across the country.
It's a little sad, but you know, everything evolves.
This location has a sign up saying that it's closing on January 8th, although right now it is locked, and inside you can see piles of boxes. Gamers I've been speaking with are saying that these closures are bringing about a sense of nostalgia, helping them reminisce on the times they would come in and wait in lines to get their hands on a game.
Yeah, actually, I did only one time, only for Resident Evil, one time.
This was really a place for many that they could get a sense of community.
We're all nerds and we're all okay with that and no one's judging. So yeah, for sure, you come over here and you meet your people.
2 locations in Brooklyn and one just over the border in Ridgewood, Queens, all closing this week. Now, if you are still a person who wants to have a physical copy of a game, you can still do that. There are still some GameStop locations open in our area.
It's crazy, man. I think GameStop is going through the same phase that Blockbuster had to go through in movie gallery. Netflix blew them out the water. On-demand content and movies and shows were literally being watched online more than they were getting purchased at these stores because they can only hold but so much inventory. I believe there was also a situation that was happening between Blockbuster and Netflix, and Blockbuster had the opportunity to, I believe, buy out Netflix or adopt Netflix, and they completely ignored the market. They completely ignored Netflix. They didn't follow through with the deal, and now we know where Blockbuster is at. Nowhere. And don't get me wrong, like I have really good nostalgia with these type of stores. I loved it. I loved it as a kid, especially when they had like a demo of a video game and you could like hold the controller, it'd be stuck to the wall, and you had to look up on the screen. I think that was Walmart, but you know, it was it had its time. It's gone now. You know, and a lot of times we talk on this channel about technology and finances and AI. It's gonna keep progressing whether you like it or not. It's a clear example. And if you don't adopt the new, you're gonna get left behind. Bottom line. Subscribe if you like the content. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. All right, my people, we're going on to the next topic. I personally can't believe it's been 40 minutes. I love doing these reaction videos with you all. So if you've been watching, I appreciate you taking the time out your day to even listen and watch these videos with me, even if it's not live at the moment. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and get into this next topic, which are people regretting getting electric vehicles. Subscribe if you like the content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.
Y'all don't get a Tesla. They are a pain in the ass to work with. I am dead on the side of the road here. Yes, my husband had to come and get me. I've been waiting on a tow truck for an hour and a half. Look, this side opens, but it's not working. This side, not open. Don't get a Tesla. I've had nothing but issues with this car since I got it in 2021. Stay away from all EVs and get a gas car.
I would like to question what the hell happened. I hate it when I hear people say things and they don't justify what they did with the car, how they treated the car, what did they do with the car. Again, Teslas get a lot of hate, but over here you're gonna always hear my honest opinion, and I'm just gonna give you the truth. I own a 2018 Tesla Model 3. It has 70,000 miles on it. I haven't had a problem with my battery. I can tell she is getting a jump with her battery. And for those who don't know, the battery, like the 12-volt battery, which is what ICE cars have, a 12-volt battery is in the front of a Tesla, which powers the doors, which powers the computer in the middle as well, and some other things in the windows. So it looks like her battery is just dead. She says she's had nothing but problems, but she's not explaining the other problems. But we have some other videos coming up that are actually going to explain whether you should get an EV or not. This is the whole point of this video. So subscribe if you like the content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.
Let this be your reason to never buy a Tesla. We spend so much time at the charger, literally just being a big back, eating in the car while the car charges, because we spent hundreds of dollars installing the charger at the house, and then we moved, so we had to leave the charger. So now whoever rents the house gets a free freaking Tesla charger. And now we live in an apartment temporarily and have to charge the car every 2 days just for it to be parked at the apartment. We don't even use the car. So don't get a Tesla, right? Don't get a Tesla.
It's crazy being in your Tesla saying don't get a Tesla. But for those who don't know, yes, you have to charge the car, obviously. But you can get 3 different levels of charging. You have mobile charging, which means that you can plug up the charger in your normal outlets, meaning the same outlet that you use to charge your phone. You can use a washer and dryer outlet. You can use a level 2 charger, which is what she talked about. It's installed in their home, which means if they sold their home, the new homeowner now gets a EV charger. And then you got superchargers, which are the ones that you see around Wawas and other places that people go to when they're traveling longer distances or want faster charging. Now, in my own experience, you can use your car and charge it with the mobile charger, which is the lowest level one, the one that you use to charge your phone. It takes longer, but I literally drive to work, to the grocery store, use it for commuting, and honestly, it's been charging for a couple hours. It's Sunday. I haven't had any problems just charging off the mobile charger unless I'm driving a farther distance or Ubering or doing rideshare. But I haven't been doing that. So yeah, I could see where you would have to use it in those certain circumstances. But as of the moment, it's not a pain in the ass unless, hear me clearly, you just don't use your time wisely. I hear a lot of people complain about how long they're sitting in the car. You don't have to eat out every time you sit in the car. You don't have to watch a movie every time you sit in the car. All right. Most people just let time pass them by anyways by scrolling on social media, on TikTok and Instagram. YouTube ain't like that because you're here to learn and you're here to be entertained, but it's more useful than just scrolling endlessly and not seeing anything that you actually chose and the algorithm choosing it for you. Most people don't spend their time wisely anyways. I don't think it's gonna hurt people as much as they make it seem. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below, and subscribe if you like the content.
Whoever thinks that they want a Tesla, they don't. It's the worst mistake of my life. I've had it for like, I don't know, like a month or two. And I literally have to charge it at a charging station every single day because I don't have a charger at my house. I'm fucking over it. I want a gas car again. I just want to go to the gas pumps and take 2 minutes. Fuck, I'll even wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes for a pump. I don't care. I do not want to charge a car ever again.
Again, here's a scenario where somebody's complaining about charging. In my own experience as a Tesla owner, my car is charging right now as I'm making this video. I don't think people use their resources as they need to. And maybe she doesn't have a home to plug it into, but that's fine. You don't have to charge it every single day. I want to know how much she's driving, because just like an ICE car, it's like if you fill it up all the way and you drive down to a half a tank and you let it sit there, well, when you go back in your car, it should be very close to the half a tank, right? That's how Teslas work as well. So it's not like you have to charge every single day. On top of that, if your car battery is low, the Teslas have an integrated system to where they tell you, hey, stop here before you make this full destination. And it doesn't tell you to stop there for an hour. You have to purposely ignore the Tesla and say, you know what, I'm just going to wing it and get there on 5%. And then you have to sit there for an extensive amount of time. But the beautiful part about it is that people always complain about, oh, I've been sitting here for an hour. When the truth is, you could sit there for 20 minutes and still get an easy 30%, okay, into your car. Maybe 30% on a specific Tesla model is 100 miles, right? Or maybe 75 miles, right? But it's not as inconvenient as you think. My car is charging right now as I'm making this video. It's all about remembering to charge your car. And a lot of people don't want to live that lifestyle, but I don't really mind. You can see right now my car has been, let me see. It's been charging for a couple hours and I'm at home. I'm working. I'm using my time wisely. I'm trying to bring up this app real quick to show y'all how much mileage. Right? I got 201 miles. If y'all can see that. I got 201 miles in my car right now. And it's added 113 miles while I've been at home on a Sunday. It takes 20 miles for me to get to work tomorrow. I'm not tripping. People just don't, they drive it like an ICE car. You're going to have to change your habits at the end of the day when you get an electric car. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below, though. I'm curious to know, what are your opinions about charging an EV?
They say get a Tesla, huh? It's cheaper than gas. Man, I'm finna let y'all know right now. First, you gotta deal with this. You gotta come here, put this motherfucker on here, get a charge, and don't let the stations be full up. You out of there. Then I got 184 miles. You hear me? 184 miles, almost full. Almost full up. Only spent, let's see, $890. You crazy if I ain't want. I love this Tesla. It's way cheap.
So he took a turn for it. You know what I'm saying? But for those who are like, bro, on a full tank, you get 184 miles. That's it. Because that's definitely my reaction when I heard him say that, right? So, of course, it's cheaper than gas. But at the same time, his car, like, he must have like the performance and go to the supercharger a lot. Like, there's a lot of wear and tear on his battery. I'm gonna tell you that. I got my Tesla. It's a long range. I don't care about the performance and how fast it goes. I'm faster than every ICE car out here on the road. I got it for longevity, long range. On a full tank, I get around 280 to 300 miles. And my car is 8 years old. When it was brand new, it would get around 310 miles to 320 miles, right? But here's the thing. After you lose that battery degradation, which means you can only charge but so much, like your 100%. When it's brand new, it's 310 miles. Then your 100% after a couple years might be like 280, like where mine is at right now. And again, it's 8 years old. It has 70,000 miles on it. He must charge at the supercharger all the time. You can always charge at home and it doesn't give you as much wear and tear on your battery over time. And little do people know, as your ICE engine car gets more wear and tear, it gets less mileage and efficiency as well. So I wouldn't be really tripping off of that. I wouldn't want 184 on a full tank though. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing personally. Me, I'd be losing 100 miles almost. So I would get the long range version of a Tesla. I had some people ask me in the comment section a couple videos ago, what is it about Teslas that I like? So I decided to, share more EV videos. On the flip note, I just want to bring up as well, I've never had to go to a EV charging station, a Tesla one, and it's actually full. I think that depends on where you're living. He lives in Texas. I believe they definitely got warehouses in Texas. So there's more population as well. I live in Virginia. I've never ran into that problem where I had to wait. Other third-party EV owners do have to wait because not all of them are allowed to use Tesla chargers, and they have to use third-party chargers. It's a lot harder for them. So just to let you know. But if you guys like these type of videos, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll create more videos like this, sharing my experience, because I do think it's important. The world is going to adopt EVs, but it might be years and years and years and years and years down the line.
This is your monthly reminder to never get an electric vehicle or go with Mercedes. So not only is it a crazy hassle to have this electric vehicle, if you don't do your research, of course, and if you don't get a charger installed in your house, and if it's not your second vehicle. These are all things I wish somebody told me before I got an electric vehicle, but I'm gonna tell you guys. Number one, make sure the tank is over 300 miles. Mine is 220 miles, so in 2 days I'm already charging. And the money you're saving with going electric, you're now spending time. And if you know anything about anything, time is more valuable than money, okay? Also, you can't just charge your car wherever. Like, I thought I was charging that Tesla. You can't just do that. You gotta have a specific app. Once you get there, you gotta make sure, first of all, when you check in the app, it might show that it's free. But once you get there, there's gonna be a line of 12 people waiting. Now you're number 13 and you got another 3 more hours before you charge. So make sure the app is right, but that don't even matter because once you get there, something else is gonna happen. Listen, then you gotta learn how to charge your car. Set up your payment, make sure the payment is good and everything is all great. That's gonna take you another hour. Long story short, I ran out of charge within the first week of me having my car. I've towed my car to Mercedes about 15 times since then because of electrical problems. So there's tons of electrical problems. Now I'm in a loaner, the second loaner, because the first one I just had yesterday caught a flat. So now they put me in this second nice ass EQS, $100,000 car, and I paid $300 for the last tire. Now, yeah, I get it, it's Mercedes, I should have known what I was doing. Listen, don't get an electric car. Stick to gas. And I don't want to hear nothing about this hybrid stuff, because it ain't really hybrid. If you know, you know. Don't get an electric car.
No, what he really means is don't get a Mercedes electric car or any electric car at all outside of Tesla. And I'm gonna tell you why. First things first, he said his car died multiple times. You gotta adapt to an EV. But what I will say, and I'm gonna do my best to be like not reveal certain pieces of information, but for example, a Mercedes doesn't have the infrastructure system built in the car itself or its app to tell you where the chargers are at depending on where you're going. So for example, if I wanted to drive somewhere 500 miles from now, where 500 miles from where I'm at right now, the Mercedes wouldn't be able to tell me, stop at this station for 10 minutes and then you can continue your trip. Stop at this station for 15 minutes and then you can continue your trip. They don't do that. The only company that does that right now is Tesla, and they have it built. If I can show y'all right here, right? I'm just zooming in on a certain part of the map. If I were to drive like 20 minutes from where I'm living right now, y'all see these little red icons? I'm covering it up because it says my address up top, but right, you see these little red dots, right? That's a map, right? And it's telling me if I want to go anywhere near there, those are the chargers, and I can obviously just type in my destination, send it to my car, and it's going to tell me, hey, you have 20 miles left. You need to stop at this charger before you go any further. Okay, that solves so many problems. I don't have to download a third-party app. I don't have to worry about the stalls being full because in Virginia, there's not people like him with Mercedes pulling up to Tesla superchargers, which is another thing. They block other people from being able to do it. I'm happy. You're making our lives easier for making smart decisions with choosing an EV. They're making it easier for people who own Teslas. That's why I say they're one of the best EVs out here. One of the best. I don't care what people say. You know what I'm saying? I feel for him because he's stuck with the car. You know, it just sucks if you don't have a Tesla. No if, and, or buts. I don't care if I sound like a fanboy. I'm sharing my experience, and I ain't lying. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and I ain't got wings on my back. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Offer your thoughts. All right, my people, we're going on to the next topic. Back to back to back to back to back. Today on a Sunday with a surprise live stream on the Profit first show. People are actually complaining about tipping at restaurants and fast food places. So let's go ahead and react to that. Subscribe if you like the content. Let's get it.
I don't believe in tipping, and here's why. The other day I went to Shake Shack, placed my order on an iPad. I got absolutely no service, yet on the iPad, I got asked if I wanted to tip. And they had the audacity to start at 15, 18, or 20%. Or how about this one? I went to a bar, I bought a drink, and in my receipt has a tipping option at the bottom. But they sneakily put in a service charge right above the tipping option. So whether I want to or not, I have to tip either way. Why are they asking me to tip twice? And then there's Starbucks. So I ordered my drink, which is already like $5. And then they have the audacity to ask me to tip as well. As someone who's worked in the hospitality industry for over 5 years, I strongly believe that tipping is correlated with the service that you offer. If you're already getting paid and it's your job to take an order and hand over a coffee, why do you have to ask for a tip? I'm not against tipping in general. I appreciate when somebody goes out of their way to ask me how my meal was, and I reward that with a tip to thank them. But when I get asked for money and I get nothing in return, is that really on me?
So here's what I think. If you're going out and you're going to Starbucks, shoot, if you're going to McDonald's, it's a luxury. Many people don't count it as a luxury because they complain about finances. For example, he was like, I'm already paying $5. Nobody forced you to spend $5 on a cup of coffee. You understand that, right? So just as equal as your argument may be, oh, well, I shouldn't tip if they're not doing anything extra. You're doing extra by going to Starbucks for convenience. Now, does that still mean you tip? I believe you should. Why? Well, I like to think in abundance when it comes down to money. You see, the closer you hold on to money, the faster I believe you lose it. The more tightly you hold on to money, the more, stingy you are, the harder you think it is to make. I tip because I know money is abundant. It's getting produced, and there's people who are making tens and thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. If I'm going to let a little $5 coffee make me want to hold on to my money tighter, I'm either not spending correctly or I'm not investing correctly, because I should be thinking abundantly. My money is making money for me. You know what I'm saying? I got my Stark portfolio working for me. I'm working a 9 to 5. I'm doing a side business. I'm doing YouTube and I'm making money off of content. People are so stuck in this money is hard to get that it's causing them to not be more generous. Don't get me wrong. If you're getting treated badly at a service, then I wouldn't want to tip either. But I'm talking about the general conversation of, oh, I went out here and they asked me for a tip. Bro, I'm always thinking a tip. I'm always thinking to bless people with what I want to, because I know money is abundant. I know the more I give, the more I'll get. It's as simple as that. Money is getting rotated. It's rotating. You're putting money into the economy, and you got to be able to be a producer at a certain point. I think the bigger problem is people aren't producers, and so they're not thinking about what could be returned to them off of what they give. You're not giving enough. You're just not. What value are you producing in this world in order for you to continuously earn, not only when you're clocked in, but when you're clocked out? I think that's the bigger problem, because if you thought about money abundantly, you knew you were going to get more at a faster pace, would you really be worried about tipping? Would you? Because again, nobody's forcing you to go to these places. You can very well make your own coffee in your own home, and you don't have to worry about tipping anybody. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you like the content.
So from here on out, I am officially done tipping. I told you guys I went to the med spa today and got what I usually get done, my Botox, filler here and here, and I didn't get anything in my lips. And then as I'm checking out, she flips around the screen for me to pay, and there was an option for tipping. Tipping the person who does a medical, basically medical, right, procedure. I literally I didn't know what to do because I go to the same place all the time. And there was like no skip button. I had to literally enter 0. And that's exactly what I did. So I entered 0 and I felt no shame. I actually felt quite proud. And then I walked out. And same goes for any other place that I go to. If I'm going into an establishment where I am getting my own frozen yogurt and I'm serving myself, I'm not tipping. Don't expect a tip. If I am going anywhere, Chipotle, not that I eat out, but I went to Kava the other day for the first time. Really good, super good. And they wanted a damn tip. And now there's literally no option to skip anymore. It's either like 15, 20, 25, 30%, or you have to manually enter 0. So I've just been manually entering 0 and loving it. And I feel no shame. I wish I still went to Starbucks because I would do the same damn thing there too. Any coffee shop for that matter, unless I'm sitting down and you are serving me. Why am I tipping you? I don't.
I believe people like this and have this type of mindset are not going to get too far financially. Even if you make a good amount of money, 6 figures with your 9 to 5, I think that this type of mindset towards money and tipping is sick. Again, being in abundance is easier than being in lack. With lack, you're like, oh my gosh, why are they asking for so much? Why is this so much? And this is what most people in the economy are thinking, which causes a recession because everybody's receding, everybody's pulling back. Hold on to your money, hold so tight. But the people who get ahead are the people who invest into themselves, right? People who are ahead, and if you're like, well, tipping isn't investing into myself. Okay, so why are you going to a place anyways? It's still not investing into yourself. You understand that, right? Going out, getting served is a luxury. I don't care if you're at McDonald's or if you're at Ruth Chris. Somebody's preparing something for you that you didn't have to prepare for yourself. And even though you think that you don't have to give a tip, I believe treating it as a must, even if it's $1, is more beneficial to you in the long term. But not everybody agrees with me. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you believe not tipping actually helps you financially, or tipping helps you become more abundant?
Understand. Thank God I don't eat out or get my nails done anymore because I would probably be like ostracized from any of these establishments because I refuse to tip. So, who would I tip? Let me think. I guess if I went to a restaurant and the service was very good and the waiter did a great job and had a great attitude and the food was good and everything was great, sure, I would leave you a 25% tip. But I don't eat out, so I don't have that problem. Also for hairdressers, not that I go and get my hair done often, they set their own prices. And the girl I used to go to, yes, I said girl again. Sorry if that offends any of you. She totally fucked up my hair, as we know. So I will call her a girl because I don't even know if she's a hairstylist. She would set her own price and half the time would change it at the end of the session. So I got into the habit of asking the day before what my total is going to be.
Yeah, that sounds like a problem that you had with the person who was doing your hair. If they messed it up and they started raising the prices at the end of the session, don't go to that person again. Don't complain about it. Just don't go to them again. Obviously, she's not doing good business, right? On the other hand, again, I believe that this type of mindset is going to keep people in a poor mentality because it makes them believe that money is hard to get. They should hold on to it because that's what's going to help them have more of it. When that's just very the opposite of what actually helps you make more money. You have to invest into yourself. You have to, and I don't say invest as in spending because she's spending on things that she really doesn't need and then complaining about the extra that she could give. But truth be told, tipping also gets you in special places. People know you tip, you go there regularly, they're going to treat you different. They treat you better when you got more money and you show that you're generous. Even the Bible says, I don't want to really quote it. Actually, let me slow down because I don't want to do that. I ain't about to do that. It says something along the lines in Proverbs about those who the wealthy have many friends, right? And of course, it's like, well, of course they have a lot of friends, but friends help you, right? Even if they're not really genuine. I mean, you're not there to have genuine friends when you go out and you get your nails done, you get your hair done. You know what I'm saying? You go shopping or you go and get some food. You just want people to treat you well. And truth is, everybody's a little bit more nice when they're making more money. It just circulates around. That's what I believe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.
I'm so done tipping, y'all. I'm not tipping ever again because I think tipping culture in America is so stupid and it is Uber's fault. Actually, it's not just Uber's fault, but here's why. So I ordered Uber Eats on January 2nd, right? Day after New Year's, I do not want to get out of bed. I literally just came back into the States. I'm not trying to go anywhere. So I order food, right? I take everything into consideration, make sure that the drive is not far. I tip very, very well, okay? I tip very well. Just for my food to never arrive. I was like, okay, cool. And then Uber actually decided that they don't want to refund me the full amount. Ordered on Uber, and usually like it'll tell you like your updates. So it'll be like, okay, your order is being prepared, the restaurant received your order, here's your driver's like already like picking up your order, blah, blah, blah. I got none of that. I only got the restaurant has received your order and your food is being prepared, right? So I was like kind of like checking the app. I have my notifications on. I always respond to messages, like if the driver they usually give you an update that says like your driver is on his way, make sure that you are by the door or something like that. And I'm always like attentive, you know what I mean? But Uber, what they do is they ask for a tip before you even get the service, and then they don't want to give it back. So I didn't get any updates. So this also falls back on Uber. I don't know who my driver is.
They give a tip so they can incentivize drivers to start your order because they will skip right over it. If for those who are wondering, like, where is the tip going towards? It's for the expedition, right? If that's a word. They're trying to expedite your order so you can get it not only on time, but possibly earlier.
For an hour and 15 minutes, the time that I waited before I was like, okay, where is my order? It just was stuck on your order is being prepared, your order is being prepared. Then all of a sudden I check and it's like your order has been delivered at this time, right? And I'm like, where? So I contact the driver. The driver's number is unavailable. So I'm like, okay. And when I see who the driver is, which they finally showed the driver after like X amount of time, he looked scary as shit, right? So I was like, oh. And I checked my door. Maybe like he just like dropped, because he didn't look friendly, but I don't even know if it has anything to do with him. But I tipped him very well. I check outside the door, nothing. I was like, maybe he left it out like without knocking. No. I check outside my building. No. Like usually like I'm in contact or like texting someone like, hey, you're arriving. Here's the door code, blah, blah, blah. None of that. So I can't reach out to him. So I reach out to Uber and I'm like, hey, this order never was received. So they refunded me immediately, but they refunded me only for the order amount, not for the tip. So I reached back out to customer service and I was like, hey, y'all also charged me for the tip. The guy never even came. So what am I tipping for? I'm like, can you refund me the tip? I'm not asking for anything. Their customer service was pathetic. There was no like not voucher, but like no credit or, hey, we're so sorry about this, blah, blah, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. But don't also take my tip on top of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like bad customer service. And so I'm like, I speak to 3 different representatives like on like the little chat thing, and each one was like, it's against our policy. We can't give you a credit. We can't. The money already goes to the driver, so we can't give that back to you. Why did the money go to the driver if he didn't even deliver the order? Why did I just spend money and tip someone who didn't even do the service? A tip, what some of y'all don't understand is a tip is like a reward to say, hey, you have good service or you did good service. If you're a server at a restaurant who actually does like physical work, constantly for you for about like an hour or 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes even longer, if they don't bring you a single drink, your food is cold, they forget about you completely, you're paying for the food. You're not paying to tip them, to be like, hey, good job. But if you have exceptional service or even like decent service, your tip is a reflection of that, okay? It's not a requirement to tip. So for me to tip before I even get the food, which I hear some people on like TikTok where they're like, I won't even pick up an order if the tip isn't right. Do y'all realize that there's an option to tip after? Like, I just don't want anything to happen to my food, right? That's why I tipped before, but now I'm not tipping at all, and I'm not even fucking with Uber because, like, how do y'all take people's money like that and then not even give it back? And I'm tipping someone for, like, I'm not even tripping about the money, I'm tripping about the principle. Don't take people's money, especially a tip, when you don't even provide the service. And in Uber, to not offer anything at all I really wanted was just the refund, but to not even be like, here's the $5 like credit, like, I'm so sorry, I waited an hour and 15 minutes, never got my food, then left a decent tip and still got it taken from me, which I'm like, okay, you know what, you probably needed it more than me, but like, it's still, I should not have to pay someone to do nothing. So that's freaking ridiculous. Same thing with like freaking Starbucks and whatever. I'm paying like $8, $9 for a drink. And then they want the tip before I even get the drink. And I'm like, half the time, not half the time, because usually Starbucks is very, very good. But like sometimes, like, at least the Starbucks that I go to, they mess up my order 90% of the time. But want to be like, it's just going to ask you one little question. And then I got to come back and be like,
Yeah, so this is unfortunate. I would be pissed too if I didn't get my food and I tipped and they didn't give me my full refund back. Sounds like she just needs to call her bank and dispute that whole charge because there's no way that I'm paying. And I'm speaking from experience being a DoorDasher, right? People have canceled on me because whether they thought that I was taking too long or the store was taking too long, and hey, but they definitely do not pay the driver any money at all until they complete the order. So to sit there and say for Uber to say, hey, we already gave a tip to the driver, there's nothing we can do to take it back. They hold the money until you actually complete it. If you complete it and you just drive off without delivering, they can take the money back. They can take the money back. They can punish the driver. They can create a negative balance, I believe, on a card, and then they'll have to work to fill it back up, even though they keep the money technically, right? So kind of like an NSF charge, not an NSF charge or anything, but just making a negative balance off of what they actually need to refund back on. So that's a very trifling situation that's actually happening, but hopefully she can get her money back because people are trifling on these rideshare apps or whatever you call them, food delivery apps as well.
This might be a hot take, but like, I literally don't care. One thing about me, I am never going to tip on carryout unless something is like super cheap and I think the service was like above and beyond, or like I just want to be like super nice that day. I'm not tipping on anything carryout. A coffee, nope. Food that I'm picking up to take out, nope. Ice cream, no. The fuck, like, I'm sorry, maybe I'm a boomer, but like the tipping thing has just gotten out of hand. I'm not doing it. I will tip 20% at every restaurant that I go to, but when a coffee is like $9, I think you can afford to pay your employees a livable wage at that rate. Like they
Again, here we go with this BS excuse about when it's this much money, I shouldn't have to tip. When it's that much money and you can't tip because you don't want to, let's just call a spade a spade. You don't want to spend more money. And even though you got ripped off in the first place, technically, right? You just don't want to do it because of how much it already costs. Simple as that, because you can tip like $1. You ain't got to tip crazy amounts. But again, people have this type of mindset and then be wondering why money is hard to get for them and why everything is so expensive and woe is me. And they go around and just complain and shit. And it's just like, because you don't even decide to see money differently. Your belief system in money has to change before you start to get more money and have more responsibilities over the money that you have. It's just simple as that. Money is a tool. Why are you looking at it as something that's going to save your whole entire life? You know what I'm saying? Man, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below and subscribe if you like this type of content. All right, man. I want to see if this video is lagging So I'm gonna just go ahead and take a little segment for myself and look at the video on YouTube because hopefully it's not lagging for you all. It is lag. I took like a little side break during that last video, and it was lagging on my end, but I'm on the same Wi-Fi as I'm uploading this video on. So I guess we'll see at the end of the stream. But we got this one last topic. Let me see real quick. Disconnect from Wi-Fi. It looks like it is lagging a little bit. All right. And we gotta figure out why it's lagging like this. But we're gonna have a backup. I've been recording a backup so we can have y'all let me know that's watching live right now. Is the video lagging? We got one more topic to cover, but if it's lagging, we got a backup and I'm gonna upload that. So let's go ahead and get into the last topic of tonight. The wedding industry and people getting into debt over their weddings. Let's talk about it.
Is it a small wedding, big wedding? Have we paid for it?
It's a mid-sized wedding, I think.
Okay, cost?
12,000. I put it on a credit card.
The whole thing?
Yeah, there's a couple more expenses that need to be paid for.
Yeah.
So like the cake, and we're gonna add some guests, and that will cost more money.
How many people are going to this thing?
70.
And what's the household debt number?
35,000.
Yeah, 87,741.
You're f***ing kidding.
Nope.
What?
I still want to go to Japan after the wedding.
How? You can't even cash flow a single cent of your wedding. How are you gonna cash flow Japan?
We can just open up a new credit card.
That's not cash flowing it, you dumb.
We're not opening
planning.
another card.
It's planning.
You better not.
The credit card grows.
Grows?
Yeah, it's like they give you more money to use it.
I'm not crazy. That's a thing.
I didn't know you could
are
do
you
a
talking
personal
about
loan.
your limit going up?
Yes, absolutely.
But this is more ability.
Believe it or not, people actually think like this. Like they're willing to go in that much debt over a wedding, over a one-time experience. And don't get me wrong, it's a one-time experience, but I would want to use more money for the experience of the honeymoon because you're celebrating each other, not celebrating other people. So a lot of people like to have weddings where they're showing off, and even though they want to admit it, they want everything perfect, and usually it is women, and it's just like, yeah, we got to have this, that, and the third, but it's like at the cost of going into debt and paying interest and you tying over tens and thousands of dollars that you don't have. And like people don't look at money as their financial freedom. They look at it as something to just spend. But hey, maybe you disagree with me. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below and subscribe if you like the content. So yeah, next video.
There is a disease going around, especially in the Asian community, with spending silly money on weddings. Main symptom being show-off fever. And I got a message from two people recently. Here's what one of them said. 30k in debt. His wife enjoyed her big day, but now they're struggling for money because he's broke. And financial burden is one of the biggest reasons that marriages end in disaster. You wanted a chocolate fountain and a fleet of cars, and instead you got an interest rate and a 10-year repayment plan. The crazy part is that you spent 40k to feed relatives who didn't even like you before the samosas came out. If you have the money, do your thing, go crazy. I know I do. But if you come from a poor background and you can't afford it without loans, don't force yourself to compete with other people. That's not a wedding. That's financial with catering and fireworks. Can we normalize living within our means again? But I want to hear from you guys. You know, should you splash out heavy for this big day, or, you know, should you just live within your means? There is a
Yeah, I believe living within your means saves you from a lot. This economy, the market, the US is built for you to be borrowing money. Borrow money for a car, borrow money for a house, borrow money for a wedding ring, borrow money to get married. You can just go to a courthouse, you know that, right? But I understand, celebrate. But to spend $40,000 with friends and family, that's tough. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. They built these markets for you to keep borrowing. And guess who keeps winning? The people that lend to you. And I keep referencing the Bible. Hey, I be reading it every day, man. There's something in Proverbs. There's a verse in Proverbs that talks about the borrower is slave to the lender. So if you're borrowing from someone, you're a slave. As simple as that. Take it offensively if you want to. It's just you owe somebody money, you're going to pay them extra off of what you couldn't pay for whatever reason. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below, though.
Did you hear about the man who's considering calling off his whole wedding because his fiancée refuses to sign a prenup after he found out that she has massive credit card debt? So this middle-aged man is meant to be marrying his fiancée in a few months. They've been together for 3 years and engaged for 1. And for most of that time, he genuinely believed they were on the same page about their life values and most importantly, honesty. Now, for background, he's worked really hard to build a stable financial foundation. Now, although he's not wealthy, he does own his home outright and he has no personal debt. And he's been saving and investing since his early 20s. This has been a priority for him, especially since his parents went through a nasty divorce that ruined both of them financially. Now, about a month ago, while they were discussing wedding costs, he brought up a prenup. Not in a cold or controlling way, he just wanted to protect the life that he worked so hard to build. He was upfront with her that he would still be fair and she wouldn't be left out with nothing, and he was expecting to have an adult conversation. But instead, she got immediately defensive. She said things like, "Oh, so you're already planning for a divorce? And I thought we trusted each other." He tried to explain to her that it wasn't about trust. It was about transparency and mutual protection. But she shut it down completely. That's when the red flags started popping up. She became evasive every time money came up. And he started to notice weird things like credit card offers in the mail, a few mispayments on shared expenses that she said she would cover, and lots of, "Oh, I'll handle it later." So he asked her directly if she has debt. She admitted to it. $92,000 in credit card debt. Not student loans, not a mortgage, credit cards. She said it's accumulated over the years from unexpected expenses and a few dumb splurges, but she never told him about any of it until he forced the issue. He was stunned. They were about to merge their lives. This woman was about to legally become his spouse, and she didn't think that he deserved to know that she was 6 figures in debt. He told her that this made the prenup a non-negotiable for him. He needed to protect himself, not just emotionally, but financially. He told her that he was still willing to move forward, but not with something in writing that would protect his premarital assets. She lost it, called him selfish, said that he was turning love into a business deal. She said that his house and money should...
Woo! Love is not a business, but marriage is. You get a lot of financial benefits when you get married. I had to learn that from a mentor. Shout out to Anton Daniels on that one. A lot of the times, especially as a black man, we don't get taught that marriage is something that you can make a move on with someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with as a financial decision as well. We always think about, oh, well, how good does she look? And is she the one? But what about finances? You don't hear too many people talking about that in the culture. But it's very interesting knowing that people don't think marriage is a business because it very well is. You don't like. I've even thought to the fact I'm like, who made up the rule that you got to go to the courts? You got to sign some papers in order to show that you're married. Like the Most High can see that, right? But it's not that way in America. So it's a business also. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. And subscribe if you like the content.
be hers too, if they're truly a team. Since then, she's refused to talk to him about a prenup, and they're barely even speaking. Even her mother called him and accused him of humiliating her daughter and for being materialistic. All he wants is to not be liable for debt he didn't create and to make sure that the life he created before this is protected. So now he's really reconsidering this whole wedding, not because she has debt, but because she hid it and then refused to take responsibility and is now treating him like the bad guy just for trying to protect himself. He's almost certain that she can pay off her debts.
Yeah, the thing is, she started this thing off sneaky. You know what I'm saying? She's not even being truthful from the get-go. You know, she knows she should have said that. You know, and then she gets offended by having something like a prenup to help protect him. By the way, every prenup doesn't protect the man from actually like getting his money taken away in a case of a divorce or separation. I've read that before. Um, she's not financially responsible. I would make sure that she helps herself a lot before I say I do and sign my name on a sheet of paper. We know how far signing your name on a sheet of paper can get because we see people all the time complain about loans and money they owe, and they're like, "Well, we shouldn't have to pay it back because it's a ripoff, and it shouldn't be that expensive. There's no way I can pay that all back. I'm not doing it." It's like you sign your name on the paper. I don't enjoy paying my student loans, but I understand it's going to teach me responsibility and also teach me that my name, oh, it weighs heavy. So the next time I have to sign my name on a sheet of paper, I'm gonna think 10 times about it and make a wise decision if I should do it or not.
In case the world made you forget, going into debt for your wedding is not normal. Paying $300 a month for a gym membership is not normal. Traveling internationally every year is not normal. And buying lunch at your 9 to 5 every day is not normal.
I agree. But it can be your normal. But I wouldn't let people influence me to do so. Some clear examples that I do. Um, I used to always I have a really good sense of smell, right? So I used to always manipulate myself to be like, oh, they ate out, let me eat out, and then my finances would be low, and I'm like, how are they still eating out? I don't know what their finances are, but hey, more power to them. I got to stop doing that because once I started to go broke, I'm like, I ain't got no more money. I'm in debt. You know what I'm saying? I need to make more money, and that's what the catch-up game is. Keeping yourself on that rat race, keeping up with the Joneses. You can do it at smaller scales as well. So not is it only a mindset in marriage, but it's also in financial decisions that people make. Excuse me. So what I started doing was asking myself, does this make my life more easier and does it make it more convenient? For example, you all see me make a lot of videos where I'm wearing a black shirt. And my black shirt that I wear is not the same shirt every time. I have like 6 of them, right? And so I wear these black shirts every single week because these are the shirts that I work out in. I wash them every single week, but I also make videos in them when it's more convenient on the days that I am wearing them. And so it helps me not have to think about what am I going to wear outside of, wearing my pants, my drawers, my socks, my shoes. A shirt is one less thing I have to think about. And so I'll buy clothing and I'll buy things like fast food, Panda Express, Chipotle, Kava, things on the more healthier side that help me dodge having to cook because I don't like cooking. I think it's a waste of time. I think it's keeping people poor as well because you have to spend time and money when you can just spend a little bit more money and then use that time that you're saving in order to make more money. So yeah, to my best ability, I don't let people influence me to get certain things or live a certain lifestyle, especially when it comes down to financial decisions. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below and subscribe if you like the content. That is it for today's show. I'll see you in the next one. Let's get it. All right, my people, it's the moment of truth. Hopefully it did not lag because we sat here for hour 27 minutes giving you guys hella reaction videos and topics. But hey, if it did lag, we're gonna have to do it again. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuses. We on this thing every single day. I'm committed. I'm showing you. I hope I'm inspiration out there to someone who wants a better lifestyle, who wants to make their financial future look brighter than just depending on a 9 to 5, one stream of income, and then just struggling to pay bills. Because I am not with that mindset, man. I'm just not with that mindset. And this is why I create videos like this, to create a culture of people who see themselves in a better financial situation. But sometimes you got to put the medicine inside of the candy. I give these topics to attract people who want to know about these topics, but also sharing my insights based off of my life experiences, being a business owner, entrepreneur, someone who has a very strong work ethic, someone who's in shape, someone who has discipline. I'm not perfect in every area, but being good in multiple areas can definitely still help people out. So I appreciate all of my supporters, all the people who sat here and watched the live, watched the videos, watched the clips. I will see you tomorrow, Monday. All right, I'm out. Peace.